When an ambulance, with its siren on, approaches a stationary observer, the sound becomes noticeably louder. We all agree to that, okay? The reason is, due to Doppler's effect, the frequency of the observed sound waves varies because of relative motion between the wave source and the observer. Well, this statement also sounds right. That defines the Doppler's effect. So what do you think the answer to this question is? Can you all comment down? B. Okay. Anybody else? A. Okay. So those who have answered A, then the trap has been set right. So the answer to this question is B, which is reason is not a correct explanation of A. Because in the assertion, we are talking about loudness, and the Doppler effect only talks what changes occurs in the frequency and the wavelength when a relative motion is there between the observer and the source. So it is about loudness, so the reason does not explain the assertion.
So they are fundamental scientific abilities that students use to explore, investigate, analyze, and understand the world. So some example questions of understanding process skills. So this is a general question that we usually ask our students, like a solid object sinks in water and causes the water level in a measuring cylinder to rise from 50 ml to 75 ml. What process would you use to measure the volume of the object using the displacement method? Calculate the volume of the object. How would you ensure accuracy during the measurement? So it's a wholesome question, something we ask during an experiment or a viva voce. And the skills assets are they observing? Are they recording the changes in volume? They are using the displacement. How are they finding the volume of it? Critical thinking about accuracy and so on. Now, what if I try to use one particular process skill? I take a process skill and design a question specifically for that. So if we look at this question is a scenario-based question. You are given a metal cube. List two tools you would use to measure the cube, and on what basis would you decide the tool of measuring? This is an observational based question, something we may ask in MCQs, something we may ask in structured question. So it's a scenario or a case based question, but it is using the process skill of observation.
Format of the question is, a student wants to investigate how the angle of incidence affect the angle of refraction when light passes from air into glass. Based on this, question number 1, formulate a testable hypothesis for this experiment. Second, identify the independent variable, dependent variable, and two controlled variable. So here we are assessing formulating hypothesis, controlling variables, and scientific reasoning of the student.